So I'm originally from Derbyshire in
Yep.
England. And then moved to Japan around 6 years ago now. Set up the brewery a little over 4 years ago. So yeah.
So you also worked in a brewery before you moved to Japan.
Yeah, so I started off as a home brewer.
Yeah.
So that was kind of where I hail from, if you like.
Yeah.
And then worked a little bit in a few breweries and doing some kind of internships
Yep.
and stuff in the UK before we set up in Japan.
And your brewery is like at the mountain of Nagano.
Absolutely, yeah.
Nosawa Onsen.
That's
Why you
right.
choose that place?
Yeah, I the first time I went to Japan, I visited Nosawa Onsen and just fell in love with it. It's a great place, small village, big mountain, famous for the snow, the skiing, but also the onsen and the water. So we just kind of, for me it was, I'd just fallen in love with it the first time. So when we went to Japan, decided to go there directly, and then didn't move on. Just really liked it. So in terms of for the beer, we have great spring water which we can utilise, which is obviously a massive benefit.
Yeah.
But in general, it's just a great place. It's a really nice part of the world to be in.
Does the Japanese culture have any influence in your brewing or in your beer?
Yeah, absolutely. So although obviously I come from the UK, that's where I learnt to brew. We're not always specifically trying to stick to any styles, as it were, but where we can, we use local ingredients. So we have farmers that grow as wheat, and then obviously the local fruit primarily when we can use that.
You have very good apple at that area.
We do, yeah. So we use the apples a little bit. But all sorts. I mean, recently, what have we got? Some Sancho we've been using. Rhubarb this time of year, which we utilise. Later on in the year, peach, obviously berries, all manner of fruits. Really.
What's your favourite style to brew?
It's a tough one. I don't know. I mean, we've done some interesting stuff recently, like more traditional beers. So we did, for one of our Förders, we wanted to put a clean brew through, just to drop some of the oak off of it. So we did a very traditional Pilsner. So we were using a triple decoction, and that was really interesting. I wouldn't say I'd want to brew it all the time. It was a bit of a headache, but it was fun. It's a fun beer to brew. And the same like with some of the sours. So doing a traditional turbid mash and really like going the full length is exciting, but it's not the kind of thing that we would want to be doing all the time. So I mean, like in terms of a brew day, I enjoy making all the beers,
So what's your favorite beer to drink?
I honestly don't think I have one. It really depends on my mood. I think it's impossible to say. So, like what we've just had on here today was the Georgius version 2, which I love. And a lot of the other beers here were fantastic. Really drinkable, hoppy beers that are great. But equally, a Pilsner or a lager in this heat is awesome. I mean, if I had to pick one kind of like beer, it would have to be like a Gers, like a 10-year vintage Gers or something. Is like my favourite beer, but again, it's not like that's not what I want to be doing. But if I had to pick one, that would be it.
What beer did you bring to Hong Kong this time?
So we bought a few different. Well, I think we brought 6 beers in total. So we brought the Georgius 2, which is kind of straddles between a kind of New England Pale Ale and New England IPA. So pretty hoppy, but not so bitter. Still very drinkable. And then we've got a sour, which was just a very small batch sour mash, but we added a load of berries. So it's very, very fruity, but it's essentially a Berliner Weiss with a lot of berries. And then we've got a couple of barrel-aged beers. So we've got an Imperial Stout that we aged on Japanese whiskey barrels. Another Imperial Stout that was aged for 2 years, so much a long period of time. A little bit of bacteria and stuff in there, so that's a bit different. What else have we got? We've got Respite, which is kind of like a farmhouse. We use 50% of our wheat that we have grown for us, So it's not sour, but it's definitely got a kind of a big character from the wheat, like a grainy character. But it's very easy drinking. It's a really nice kind of change of pace if you're drinking big IPAs or big beers in general. And then we also brought some of the mango, which was a collaboration we did with Barbaric Works. So essentially, it's a big IPA. We put like 100 kilos of mango puree on there. So I think that's all of them that we brought with us to Hong Kong this time.
So as a brewer, which one is your favorite? West Coast IPA or like a New England East Coast IPA?
Again, I think it's tough to say, obviously depending on the brewery and mood you're in. I mean, I've got to say, when I first went to New England, up into Vermont, a few years ago now, and I was really blown away by the drinkability of the beers there.
Like a juice.
Even the sort of big famous beers out there, which you would imagine, especially back then, sort of 3-4 years ago, would be just massive hop bombs and really bitter. And they really weren't, though. Incredibly complex beers, surprisingly drinkable. And since that visit, it really changed the way that we actually started approaching making our IPAs.
Yeah, good. Thank you for today.
No worries, pleasure.
Would you like to brew a beer with us together?
Absolutely,
later?
yeah.
In your brewery or?
Yours or ours, whichever you like.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
No worries, pleasure.
Enjoy the stay in Hong Kong.
We will.
Thank you.